Klein, excuse me, Senator Klein, Vaca, or Mr. Benedetto will be very happy to call another community meeting and they will have a discussion. So I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We want you guys to leave. That's why we want you. We want you to leave. Have a good day. Because you bring in those other people and it's okay. You can stay for the meeting, you can stay.
You have no right to say. You have no right to speak.
You should stay and listen. Because people don't know. Because you're talking here. That's true. It's true.
I live here 47 years.
We wrote a letter to ASC to say get out.
We don't want people.
We didn't
We
say
don't
that.
either.
Excuse me, folks, let's all calm down.
We wrote the same
Let's all
letter.
calm down here. Guys, we will appreciate Senator Klein, Vaca, or Benedetto have their own meeting.
Okay.
Thank you so
if
much.
anybody wants to
Thank
choose,
you.
We'll be outside.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Have a good night. Goodbye, Charlie.
By November 4th. November 4th.
They pay off. Trust me.
Listen, we need to break up this meeting. Hold on, folks. If I may, please forgive me, forgive the appearance that we are not happy with Klein, Kaufman, or Benedetto. As I stated to them, they are very happy to go have a meeting. This has been going on for 1 month. 1 month, folks. 1 month that this has been going on. Hold on, one second. The reason I prevented them because this is part of misinformation, not only now for this issue, but this was misinformation for 2-3 years when the other group was there. They talk about what they want to do. They've been elected for the past 3-4 years. What have they done? They only came here to misinform because they don't want people screaming. They don't want people screaming at Mr. Klein because he's running for office. And they don't want they want this to go away. And then they move the people in. So this is why I asked them not to speak. They could have had meeting. I asked the gentleman, Mr. Prince, 3 times on behalf of this community. I begged him. You see his attitude? I begged him. Have a meeting in Pelham Bay. The people deserve to have it. What does he say? No. He says, I don't want the people with pitchforks in Pelham Bay. Well, if it was Co-op City where he was from, and if I said there were spears, maybe that would have been okay, right? It's funny, isn't it? But that was the funny thing. I begged the man 3 times. Then he comes here. He comes here to disrupt. I had to give him a minute because he was elected community board. I didn't elect him. Board members elected him. And they made him the chairman. That was the counterproductive. And now with the representative of Mr. Klein here, they could have done something a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Every time we raise, I scream, he screams. What happens? We want a senior center there. But what are you doing for 2-3 years? You're an elected official. They don't do nothing. What they're doing is buying time. They want to buy time so the thing moves. This is why we need to put pressure on them. We have to tell them enough is enough. The representation is not there. The Bronx Times, if you open up the paper, what do you see? If Mr. Vaca takes a pee-pee in the corner of Pelham Bay, he's on the front page. If Mr. Benedetto, let me stop. The point is, the Bronx Times does not represent the community the way it was. I called for a boycott. I was at that meeting where Mr. Prince said, we don't want the pitchforks in Pelham Bay. Why wasn't it on the Bronx Times? He was sitting there, writing the whole story. He was sitting there when the same people from Benedetto, Vaca and Klein said, we are we don't know anything about this. This is a surprise to us. Meantime, the organization itself said in a letter, we've been talking and sending information to Klein, Benedetto, and Vaca since April 2014. So who's lying? The Bronx Times, the organization, or the elected officials Klein, Vaca, and Benedetto? Somebody's lying. I don't know. But I know there's a lie here. And this is why, again, we're going to end this meeting. We're going to make sure if anyone has not signed the petition, please do not leave until you sign the petition. I'm going to take your question and yours. And before you leave, we need your information, because what happens is when you leave, we don't have any way of communicating. So we need your telephone number, your address, especially your telephone number, so we can call. So please fill out the form. The petition that we're asking to sign tonight is going to be